Unlike mass shootings in Aurora, Blacksburg, and Tucson, the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary may lead to legislative action on gun control as the president and some key members of Congress press new curbs. Colleen McCain Nelson joins us now. Colleen, what are the proposals that the president is pushing?
Well, the White House yesterday offered a little more specific guidance on what the president's going to be willing to support on gun control legislation. And basically, he is going to favor reinstating the assault weapons ban. He's going to favor closing what's called the gun show loophole, which allows some guns to be sold without the benefit of criminal background checks. And apparently, he's also willing to consider legislation that would place limits on high-capacity magazines. So we haven't seen legislation detailing these proposals yet, but the White House is signaling that the president is going to support these measures, and we're going to hear from the president himself later this morning. He's expected to announce that he's tapping Vice President Joe Biden to lead this effort and to help kind of marshal support on Capitol Hill to make some progress.
But even, Colleen, even despite really, I don't know if you can call it a consensus, but the idea that we definitely need stronger regulations, even despite that consensus in the wake of this tragedy, some of these proposals are probably going to see a lot of pushback, particularly the gun show loophole, correct?
Absolutely. This is absolutely an uphill climb, and even though there's momentum right now and there's a lot more conversation than we've seen in the past, this is going to be a difficult fight, and the NRA certainly has proved to be a very powerful lobby. They have a lot of support on Capitol Hill, and there are even a lot of Democrats who have been hesitant to stick their necks out on gun control legislation. There are a lot of Democratic senators who are going to be running for re-election in red states next year, where they may not want to be on record supporting gun control measures. So it's going to be an uphill climb.
The NRA had been silent for days following the attack, but they did put out this statement. We were shocked, saddened, and heartbroken by the news of the horrific and senseless murders in Newtown. Out of respect for the families and as a matter of common decency, we have given time for mourning, prayer, and a full investigation of the facts before commenting. The NRA is prepared to offer meaningful contributions to help make sure this never happens again. What do you think they mean by meaningful contributions?
Well, they seem to be purposely vague on that. They did not offer any further explanation, and so it remains to be seen what that might look like. Separately, I mean, the NRA has said very little publicly. Separately, members of the NRA board have told us that they will be opposing legislation and pushing back on gun control measures. And so it seems doubtful that their meaningful contributions would be to support a lot of the things that the White House is now talking about.